Hello students, we are discussing about the ports associated with 8051 microcontroller. In last lecture, we had discussion about a functional pinout of 8051 microcontroller. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about details of different ports associated with microcontroller. So as we know, when we talk about 8051 microcontroller, this 8051 microcontroller has total 40 pins. These 40 pins are basically distributed as, out of these 40 pins, 32 pins are going to work as a ports, GPIO, general purpose input output ports, and out of remaining 8 pins, 2 are associated with power supply, 2 are associated with clock, 1 is used to reset a device, and 1 is for address latch enable. Next pin is used as a external access to enable the external access, and the remaining 1 pin is used as a program store enable. In short, last 3 pins are associated with external memory interfacing. So let us see the pin diagram of this 8051 again. So in previous discussion we had talked about this RST pin, XTAL1 and XTAL2, that is clock pins, EA bar / VPP, which is connected or used in order to deal with an external access. To differentiate between address and data lines, the use of ALE pin, that is address latch enable, and to enable the program store in external memory, this program store enable. So these are the pins we had discussed in a previous video, and in this video we are going to have a discussion about one of the most striking feature of 8051 microcontroller, that is use of or availability of GPIO, that is general purpose input output port pins. So these are P0, then this P1, then this P2 and P3. So let us discuss all these 4 ports in detail. So let us consider we are having one system. This system is going to read a data from external environment. Whatever data that taken as input, it is going to process this data, and as per requirement it is going to give indication on this indicator. So this is simple, suppose my monitoring system, which is going to monitor a specific data, process it, and it is going to produce a result on indicator as per this available data. So when we talk about this generalized concept, the 2 major operations comes into a picture. The first one is taking data in, and the second one is sending data out. And in order to enhance this input output activity, what this system requires is input output ports. So similarly, when we talk about 8051 microcontroller, this microcontroller have total 4 general purpose input output port pins, with the help of which data can be taken as an input and provided as an output. So when we talk about a port structure of 8051 microcontroller, this microcontroller have total 4 ports. These 4 ports are named as P0, P1, P2 and P3, and generally denoted as P suffix n, where n represents 0 to 3. So if you are using port P0, we are supposed to mention P0 here, that is the value of n will be 0. For port P2 the value of n is 2, for port P1 the value of n is 1, and for port P3 the value of n is 3. So in this way this generalized notation is used. So when we talk about these 4 ports associated with 8051 microcontroller, the common factor about all these 4 ports is that all these ports are 8-bit wide, and these are GPIO, that is general purpose input output. Means each and every port here, that is P0, P1, P2 and P3, is capable to work as an input as well as to work as an output. So at one time the port 0 can going to work as an input, or as per our requirement we can configure this as an output, and each of this port is basically 8-bit wide. So when I am going to talk about port P0, this port P0 consists of 8 different pins here, that is P0.0, 0.1 up to P0.7. So this is in general represented as Pn.m, where n already discussed, it's 0 to 3, that is P0, P1, P2 and P3. And when we are going to represent a specific port pin, then we are going to make use of this m notation. So Pn.m, that where m stands for or going to exist from 0 to 7, means I can suppose going to use this P2.3 pin, then it is represented as P2.3. So individual port pins are bit accessible, that means individually programmed, means suppose I am having port P0 or P1, P2, P3, any of the port I am going to use. So as per my requirement, one port pin I can configure as input, or one port pin I can configure as an output. So this is totally depends on the programmer's requirement, and this concept is called as a bit accessible. So no doubt each of this port consists of 8 different port pin. Individual port pin can be configured either as input or can be configured as a output. So means what? Let us see this. So let us consider this. Suppose we are dealing with port P1. So no doubt this port P1 is consists of 8 different port pins. So what it indicate? We are having this P1.0, then P1.1, P1.2 up to P1.7. So in this way total 8 port pins are with me. So bit accessible means what? This individual port pin I can configure either as an input or output. Suppose we know that switch is an example of input device, LED is an example of output device. So I want to read the status of this switch on port P1.0. So as we are dealing with the reading operation, that means we are going to read the status of this switch which is interfaced to P1.0. This activity is called as a input activity. Okay, and suppose a LED which is connected to port P1.1, I want to turn on and off. This simple blinking operation I want to perform. So turning on and off means what? Simple, I am going to send plus 5 volt supply or 0, that is logic 1 level or 0 level. So here this P1.1 is going to work as a output. So no doubt the P1.0 and P1.1, these port pins are associated with port P1, but we can configure this P1.0 as input and this P1.1 as a output. So this concept is called as a bit accessible concept. By default, all these port pins are going to work as a input. So when we reset a device or when we turn on the device, all the port or the port pins associated with this P0, P1, P2 and P3 are going to work as a input. Pull-up resistor. The pull-up resistors are basically used in digital system to regulate the flow of current from supply to pin. As per the structure of this 8051 microcontroller, which consists of 4 different ports, the similarity is that the port P1, P2 and P3, these 3 ports have the inbuilt or internal pull-up resistor, whereas for port P0 the internal pull-up resistors are not present. And for that purpose, what we are supposed to do, we have to configure or we have to interface an external resistor bank, which is basically called as a pull-up resistor, to this port P0 when we are utilizing this port P0. So for programming purpose, no doubt all these 4 ports are GPIO, that means general purpose input output, going to work either as an input or output. In order to configure this port as input, we have to write 1 on each of these port pin, and in order to configure this as an output, we have to write 0 on this port pin. For example, just recall the same discussion that we had just now. Here, no doubt we are using say suppose two ports here, or two port pin. The first port pin is say P1.0 and the second port pin is a P1.1. To this port pin P1.0 I have connected this switch which is going to work as an input device, and P1.1 I am connecting this LED which is going to work as an output device. So here when I am going to talk about the P1.0, the P1.0 here working as input pin, whereas P1.1 is working as a output pin. So in order to configure the P1.0 as input, we have to write 1 on it, and to configure the P1.1 as output, we have to write a 0. So similarly, if I am going to utilize an entire port either as an input or output, suppose I am using port P1 as input, what we have to write? We have to write a 1 on this. 1 in the sense, say this P1 should be equal to 0x ff. Okay, so ff in the sense what? All the values of these 8 bits are equal to 1. So when I am going to write in this way, the port P1 is going to work as a input, and later on we are going to discuss some of the instructions. So I am going to write here as a move P1 comma hash 0ffh. So what will happen? We are moving a value ffh on this port P1, means all these port pins we are going to make as a 1. Similarly, suppose we are going to utilize port P2 as output. What we are supposed to do? We have to write 0 on this port pin. So that is P2 is equal to 0x00, or by using an instruction this move P2 comma hash 00h. So this instruction we have to, the moment at which we execute either this instruction in assembly programming or this in embedded C, what will happen? The value 00 is copied to port P2, means all these port pins are going to work as a output. So let us discuss all these port pins in detail. So first port P0. So in available port pins, the pin number 32 to 39 is going to work as port P0 or assigned for port P0. It is 8-bit wide and it is indicated as P0.0, 0.1, 0.2 in this way. Okay. So all these port pins are GPIO, means these are the general purpose input output. I can configure this as an input or output. Internal pull-up registers are absent for this port P0, and that's why we have to connect external pull-up registers externally to this port P0 here. Okay, so in this way, here if you focus this port P0.0, 0.1, these are not contain internal pull-up register, and for that purpose we are connecting this external register bank, that is a 10K register between this supply and the port pin, and that's why this is called as a register bank and termed as a external pull-up register. So external pull-up registers we are going to connect, and as for programming purpose, when we are going to configure this port pin as input, we have to write 1. So it is written with the help of move P0 comma hash 0 ffh, or P0 is equal to 0xff. So what it will do, it is going to write the 1 on all these port pins, and hence the port P0 is going to work as a input. And similarly, to configure this as an output, we are going to write a 0 on it. So it is mentioned in this way, move P0 comma hash 0 0h, or P0 is equal to 0x00. Now the dual role of port P0, the port P0, if you focus on this right from pin number 32 to 39, here no doubt basically it is going to work as a GPIO, that is general purpose input output, and along with that the dual role that supported is it is going to work as a multiplexed address and data bus. If you focus here, AD0 to AD7, so what it indicates, it is capable to carry the lower 8 bits of your memory address as well as the 8-bit data. So as indicated here, okay, it carry the lower 8 bit of 16-bit address to access the memory location, and it carry the 8-bit data presented at selected memory location. And when we have seen this the use of ALE pin. So whenever the ALE is equal to 0, so P0 going to carry the 8-bit data from selected memory location, whereas when ALE is equal to 1, P0 carries the lower 8 bits of memory location address. So in this way, port P0 is going to work as a multiplexed address and data bus. The next port is port P2. So pin number 21 to 28 are associated with port P2 as shown here. As like port P0 and P1, port P2 is also 8-bit pipe. P2.0, P2.1, these are the notifications which are used to access the individual port pin. All these port pins are going to work as a GPIO, that means general purpose input output. So when we talk about a dual role associated with this port P2, it is going to carry the higher 8 bits of memory location address as shown over here, say A8 to A15. Internal pull-up registers are available for this port P2, so it is not necessary to connect the external pull-up registers. And as like P0 and P1, for programming, when we want to configure port P2 as input, we are supposed to write 1 on each port pin, and to configure as output, we have to write here as a. The next port is port P3. So pin number 10 to 17 are associated with port P3. As like previously discussed ports, the P0, P1 and P2, the P3 is also 8-bit pipe. So here to access the individual port pin, we are going to make use of this P3.0, P3.1, P3.2 like notation. All these port pins are again GPIO, general purpose input output. We can configure this as an input or configure as output. And this port P3 is the most important one. If you see here, the dual role that supported RxD, TXD for serial communication, INT 0 bar, INT 1 bar for interrupt control, T0, T1 is for timer. Means these port pins are used to support the internal blocks present in 8051 microcontroller. So internal pull-up registers are present. So as like port P0, it is not necessary to connect the external pull-up registers. And again for programming purpose, to configure this as an input, write 1 on all the port pins, and to configure as an output, write 0.